All the best to everyone. Here we go, start the session. So, good evening, everyone. Here we are for the session 11th and NEP series, again with amazing speakers and amazing, beautiful, eminent, experienced panelists of speakers today with all the participants who have been there supporting us behind the screen. And we will start the session for the topic that is there about teacher mentoring and education. So they will highlight the issues of the teacher mentoring and education with their own experiences and their own way of looking at the education model, how we need to see what is missing in the NEP 2020. So before I start my session, I would like to take the privilege to introduce Ashwini Pansare ma'am. Ashwini Pansare, she is an MSc, BA, MCM, DSM from Pune University, currently pursuing PhD in education from IIU, principal at Bal Seva English Medium School, Wakad, Pune, Maharashtra. Total teaching experience is 14 plus years and administrator as a principal 5 plus years. She is a motivational speaker, good presenter of educational presentation organization, innovation ambassador in 2022, a trainer, a certified mentor, lifelong learner, self-aware learner, and she is a multi-awardee. She is a speaker on Times India TV, IDYM India TV, IIU, Namaste India, VOM TV, SS Chandok Talk Show. And she has been with me on many platforms. And I take my privilege to introduce her, ma'am. I would like you to take the platform to introduce what we need to study about teacher mentoring and teacher education with your experiences in hand. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Very good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all of you. And I would like to thank you, Mr. Ravi Shankar sir and Sonal ma'am, Dinul ma'am, and entire IDYM team to giving me this.
Ma'am, you're muted.
Yes, now it's audible, no, ma'am? It's audible, no, ma'am?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, thank you so much. Very good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all of you. Thank you so much, Ravi Shankar sir, Sonal ma'am, Dinul ma'am, and IDYM entire team to giving me this wonderful opportunity to sharing my views, to share the knowledge about the today's topic, teachers mentoring and education. Yes, Sonal ma'am, I want to share my presentation.
And ma'am.
It's visible, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. Slides are moving, no, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. See, today's topic is teachers mentoring and education. We'll see the introduction. At all these stages of teacher education, mentoring is an acknowledged part of learning and developing the new skills. In the initial teacher education, student teachers learn from experienced class teachers in the primary and secondary schools. In the induction scheme, newly qualified teachers learn professional skills and the strategies from experienced colleagues. Mentoring is also an appropriate way for experienced teachers and managers to acquire the management and leadership skills that can then lead to posts with the wider responsibilities. Which are the objectives of the teachers mentoring? This review focused on the mentoring of primary and secondary schools. The main objective of the review were to first, identify factors which contribute to good practice in the mentoring in this context. Describe the good practice in mentoring of NQTS and disseminate it through the report and otherwise. Then next one is evaluate how well the resources allocated to mentoring are used and make a recommendations for the improvements in mentoring practice. What are the purpose of teachers mentoring? We know that everyone, different eminent experts, expertise, educators and teachers, principals, entire educational team sharing their knowledge, sharing their ideas, but one the person who guides the entire team, that is nothing but the mentor. So, what are the purposes of this teacher's mentoring? Explore the world of work through the interaction with the professionals. Identify long term professional development needs. Support the organizational changes, personal changes. Realize the value of networking. Then, what you mean by mentoring? What is the definition of mentoring? Numerous interpretations of the mentoring process are contained in the literature on mentoring. It's commonly agreed with the process includes the various developmental phases of the mentoring relationship, the dynamics of the mentoring relationship itself, and the application of cognitive development theory to the mentoring process, according to Bay and Holmes in 1992. In education, the mentoring is a complex and multidimensional process of guiding, teaching, influencing, and supporting a beginning or a new teacher. Excuse me. It's generally accepted that a mentor teacher leads, guides, and advises. Another teacher, more junior in experience in a work situation, characterized by the mutual trust and belief. Typically, the mentor programs pair novice teachers with more experienced teachers who can ably explain the school. The policies and regulations and procedures share the methods, materials, and the resources help to solve the problem in teaching and learning. Because on the teaching learning platform, whatever the resources requirement, whatever the procedures, different rules, regulations, material requirements, everything is necessary for providing the personal and professional support and guide the growth of the new teacher. Why is mentorship important? First is attracting talent. Everyone have different capability, different potential. So when they're sharing their knowledge to each and every individual, so the talents get attracting and retaining talent. It's improving the impact of workplaces in mentorship. It promotes the diversity and inclusion, boost the employee retention, and strengthen the corporate culture. So these all are the important factors which helps to develop the future teachers or new teachers, and it completely guided by the mentor. What is the correct methodology of mentoring, modeling, and coaching? Means how these all the factors related with each other. The terms mentoring, modeling, and coaching are frequently used interchanged by educators. While there are overlaps in meaning among these terms, there are significant differences in concept. Modeling is the process of serving as a model, and model is a tangible embodiment of an idea or ideal, like a product. One of the functions of a mentor is to be a positive role model. In the context of teaching, coaching, frequently referred to as a peer coaching, is the assistant that one teacher provides to another in the development of teaching skills, strategies, or techniques, generally within a formal three-part structure. Then peer conference, because this is also helps to share the knowledge. Mentor, not only mentor, but teachers, educators can use this methodology like peer-to-peer teaching, peer-to-peer mentoring, lessons observation, and post conference. In doing the classroom observation in mentoring, the coaching structure is commonly used to structure the classroom observation by mentor. Coaching by the mentor may also become an essential activity if this type of support is needed by the beginning teacher. What are the qualities of a mentor teachers? First, the range of interpersonal skills to fit a variety of professional encounters and situations. Good working knowledge of a good working knowledge of a repertoire of teaching methods and alternative modalities of learning and styles of teaching learning that affect the student achievement, because each and every mentor, each and every teacher have different methodology, and it varies subject wise. If suppose the language teachers, so then they can focus on the vocabulary. But if instead of language, if the subject is math science, obviously they have to focus on the different methodology, peer to peer teaching, hands on activities, real life scenario. So next quality is the ability to use the coaching processes that foster the increased self direction and self responsibility of the beginning. Effective communication skills that facilitate the growth of the new employee and accommodate the employee's emotional, social, as well as cognitive needs. Understanding the stages of teacher development within the context of how adults learn. This is about the mentoring skills model. What this model says. See, the mentee and mentor. What is the difference between mentee and mentor? What are the skills required for as a mentee and what are the skills required as a mentor, and how they both are interrelated with each other? We can see acquiring mentors, learning quickly, showing the initiative, following through, and managing the relationship. Then the mentor specific skills, instructing, developing capabilities, then always inspiring to others, providing the good platform or good knowledge, corrective feedback, managing risks, opening doors. How this interrelated with each other? We can see the listening activities, because this is very important for mentee as well as for mentor. Because when any kind of mentor or some educators or teachers or sometimes students also, they want to express their knowledge, so listening is the good, or listening is very crucial role in the teaching learning methodology. Then building trust, encouraging, identifying goals and current reality. So these are the factors and skills which are related with mentor and mentee. Excuse me, ma'am. Then SWOT analysis. What SWOT analysis says? What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses? What are the opportunities and threats? Empathy, good listener, no judgment, problem solving, attitude, research oriented, creative and critical thinking, and practice exposure. So, all these important factors which are included in the strength, and everyone have different strength, but empathy is always important. Next is weaknesses. Which are the weaknesses in teaching learning process or during the teacher's education? Sometimes impatient, judgmental, biased, and no empathy. Then opportunities, career as a mentor, corporate jobs, and training sessions. We all know that in each and every educational field, the in-service training are very important. On the basis of that only, everyone get the opportunity to express themselves or to correct themselves. Every individual, meanwhile, feel that sometimes they were lacking. But from students, from teachers, from mentors, or from educators, they will get the knowledge. They they can get the idea about their weaknesses, and definitely they always try to improve. So last one is the T. T stands for threats. Meetings at scheduled. Then unrealistic expectations, excessive time and energy commitments, then overdependence on mentor, ineffective mentoring pairs. So this is nothing but the SWOT analysis. Mentoring for human development. Staff development is a crucial and very important role in creating the successful mentoring relationship and role in mentoring the programs. This sets and put forward theory by the Janus in 1996. Although mentoring has served as a developer of human potential since Odysseus entrusted the education and care of his son to his friend mentor more than 3,000 years ago. Much of what is called mentoring. Mentoring is not a real mentoring. Little 1990. Mentoring extends beyond induction and guidance. In order to unleash the power of mentoring as a means of professional development, educators must understand the complexity of mentoring and implement the process with due attention in this complexity. Head Raymond and T. Sprinthal in 1992 believes that mentoring can make a difference for teachers and it helps in the new education system. But it needs to be real mentoring, complete with its complexity in process as well as functions. Starting mentoring programs. So, key to success of any mentoring program is the competence of the mentor who must possess the expertise, commitment, and time to provide the assistance to novice teachers. Teachers within a school at the immediate environment of potential. There is no fixed rule about which traits or circumstances most critical in a given mentoring situation. The scientists Bray and Gray in 1985 and the Friedman in 1993 reports that the most frequently mentioned characteristics of effective mentor is willingness to nurture the another person. Therefore, the individual recruited as a mentor should be people-oriented, open-minded, flexible, empathetic, and collaborative. Mentor should be enrolled in an ongoing mentoring training program because in communication and active listening techniques, relationship skills, effective teaching, models of supervision and coaching, conflict resolution and problem solving are often included in training opportunities for mentors. This said by the head Raymond and Thies Printhal in 1992. These are the directions of mentoring. First means how the direction. We know that if we want to achieve, if we want to set a goal, we have to first fix on our direction. Then every category or every first in each field, the first step training is required. So then next is support because it's a team building. Then if the entire team building can support to each and every individual, then definitely success will get. And then they can easily achieve their goal. If after achieving the goal, automatically they can motivate the others, and from one individual, the entire team will be work as a mentor. So that's why mentoring is a very important. Setting goals and expectations. The importance of setting goals and expectations for the mentoring program cannot be overemphasized. This said by the Janus in 1996, clear goals and expectations must be articulated that are specific to both the types of mentorship to be developed and what is intended to be accomplished. The Friedman and Jaffe in 1993, this said by specific functions to be served by the mentor should be clearly stated and plans must be developed to successfully carry out these functions. Without careful planning, support, and goal setting, former mentoring programs are destined to fail. And this said by Hensley in 1990. Which are the benefits of being a mentor? So, by observation of this, everyone can get the idea why teachers mentoring in the education field is important. We can see validate the mentor's leadership skills known as advisor and differentiator, because every mentor, if teacher is a differentiator, means while teaching, they can explain in some unique ways, clear communication, gaining new perspectives, and giving back and finding the new talents. Benefits of being a mentee as well. Enhance the skill development because when mentors guide to the mentee, it helps to enhance skill development, networking opportunities, and same we are doing on this platform. Third one is transfer of knowledge. Then problem solving approach, promotion as well as other opportunities. Now, this is very interesting. What is Mona, Donna, Fiona, Vona, and Lisa? Can see Mona. Meetings only, but no action. So this is not important because it plays a very important role. Now, if the team means as a teamwork, if are continuously taking meeting, but no use if we are taking simply meeting but no action. Then Donna, discuss only but no action. Means we are simply discussing, but no one will implement in the teaching learning process. So this will also not useful. So we have to follow this. The next one is Fiona. Fantastic ideas, but no action. Everyone can share their views, like means whatever during presentation, during teaching, during learning outcomes. Everyone can share the views like fantastic ideas, whatever the shared by mentor and all. But no one can implement, means no action seen everywhere. Then next is Vona. WhatsApp only, no action. Everyone can simply post the message. Good, expertise, then exhilarating, mesmeric, wonderful, insightful, means like only for motivation, but nothing, no single action. But you can see the last one, Lisa. Listen, instruction, straightway action. And now in the current education system, we all are doing the same. That's why we are eminent expertise. I think so, Sonal ma'am. See what is the conclusion as per uh, my today's presentation. Means not only my presentation, but why mentoring is important. Mentoring remains a viable policy option in education. However, for purposeful mentoring to occur, a prerequisite is the acceptance of its complexity in carrying out the mentoring function. This implies the careful planning. Teachers are valuable resources in education, and high quality performance in teaching is an essential ingredient of educational improvement or reform. To assist the beginning teachers, it's necessary to support their performance in the classroom from the very beginning of their teaching careers. Support in the form of well designed mentoring programs can be pivotal in inducting the new teachers into the profession and keeping them in education. The stakes are high. Quality teaching is essential if the mission of education is to be fulfilled. Mentoring can play a critical role in continually improving the professional knowledge and skills that teachers need to instruct, to prepare the student for the next century. However, to be effective, mentoring programs must be developed that take into account the complexity, process, as well as the function of the programs. And this is my last slide. Last slide. What to learn means up to today we all know only three monkeys. But see, first monkey, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, but follow and share all evils, because now everyone know that in the current education system technology is very important. We have to spread the knowledge not only in the national level, state level, or central level, but on global level across the boundaries. So mentoring in the education, not only in the education field, in each and every individual field, the mentoring is very important. So thank you so much.
Excellent, excellent, Ashwini. Can you please close the slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. This is, I will say, if you have created your own original content by way of experience and you have put in your efforts, hats off to you for the wonderful presentation. And one thing I would like to ask you is, whatever you have prepared in the slide, do you think the place where you are working at present, are
Yes.
these presentations all applicable over there on a practical basis?
Yes, ma'am. 50%.
Okay.
Yes.
So you try to see that whatever you have shown in the presentation are very well implemented on the ground level, so that you as a mentor, because you are a mentee and you are going to be a mentor and a mentee both. So
Both,
hand in
yes.
hand, the collaboration is happening. So the way you have presented the skills, will these be very productively implemented on the place where you are working, because you're working with a very such a sector where English is also not very fluent, and you as a principal working to bring up the children, to bring up the society at large. So
Yes.
you will adopt the strategies, the techniques, whatever you have mentored over here as a principal, as a mentor. And hats off to you for your wonderful mentoring over here on the NEP series. And let us all clap for you for creating authentic, original content that is called as your NEP policy will go as per the way you want to be, not what is already there. So keep it up and keep going with more and more insightful performances and
Yes,
wonderful
definitely.
learning for all. So you may take the
Definitely,
privilege. Yeah,
definitely. I will
you may take
try
the
my
privilege.
level best. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you
yeah.
so much.
And Ashwini ma'am, there is one request from Yaman ma'am. Can please upload her PPT for her? She is unable to show it. If you can do the privilege to do so, I'll be really truly honored from you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. So you can take the privilege to introduce the next speaker,
Yes, yes.
Dr. Sonal Jain ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Kudos to you.
Yes. Now, on today's platform, our next eminent expertise speaker will be Mrs. Dr. Sonal Jain. She is the principal in AAA International School, multi-awardee winner, head of the advisory committee for teachers training, as well as trainer for capacity building programs of teachers, certified career guidance service provider, parents and student counselor, specialized in Montessori training, specialized in higher secondary teachers training, and ma'am is the South Regional Directors in the Principals Networking. Very warm welcome, and now the stage is all yours, ma'am.
Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. And thank you. Your presentation was really very nice. And I like that Donna, those things. No, this is the first time I had actually witnessed. So I should say wonderful work actually. Half of our work was done actually. The way you had put up the PPT, Ashwini, half of our work is done actually. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
ma'am. Thank you so much.
Wonderful, wonderful. And now I would like to share my PPT actually, today's PPT. When we talk about mentoring over here, before taking up that responsibility or before taking up that role, we have to, follow certain ethics like, listen very carefully and not to let out anything instantly. You have to maintain the confidentiality, which was left out actually. We have to listen actively. We have to encourage each and every time, but we have to be in our limit. We cannot impose anything. We should not impose anything. We can guide them. We can show them. That is what a mentor does actually. But if we try to force them, that becomes another thing actually. So even while counseling or mentoring others, we have to follow certain confidentiality. That is what I believe. We have to maintain our. We have to every time we have to review our goals. We have to review our objectives of the relationship with the mentee midway at the end of a formal long-term relationship. So you have to see how your relationship is with your mentee. So seeing all those things, then we can go ahead, taking up the biggest responsibility of becoming a mentor, actually. Okay, here, now can I share the screen, ma'am? Sonal?
Just check that if your PPT is your own, authentic, because sometimes the technical team finds it very difficult to upload it on the YouTube and it doesn't come very clear. So I'm trying to make everyone very aware and alert. Apologies from my side to make it as authentic as you can. Okay, ma'am.
Sure. I'll
Yeah.
do that. Actually, so let us start with teachers' education
Yes.
first. Actually, when we talk about teachers' education first, it is not like, how it was before. Now, if you want to see, if you go even for a
Sunil, mom, sorry for interruption. Please make the PPT at full screen. So sorry. Press F5. So sorry, but it will affect the presentation. Yes. Thank you. Sorry for interruption.
you want me to make it full screen?
Yes, please.
Okay.
You have to
Using the cup. Yes.
You have to do it in the slide mode.
Yes. Using the cup or F5. Sorry for interruption.
There is a slideshow over there.
Yeah. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. So that is what I was talking about today's topic, teachers' education. If you see, even if you go for an interview today, we are actually expecting only one thing from a teacher, that she has to be very specialized in her subject. But doing B.Ed is not satisfactory these days. You all have known that, during our pandemic, how B.Ed was done, offline and online. And believe me, the way we have done, very sincerely attending and giving our examinations or doing the role play in the government schools, going there for 2 months, all these things, I don't know whether it is followed or not, very holistically, and whether
Ma'am, you are mute.
that of teaching,
Yeah, continue. Yeah.
whether we get that quality of teaching from those teachers, what we are expecting actually, really. So that is one very major drawback. So you have to first find out a perfect candidate who is actually suitable for your so-called subject. Always we have to see whether the candidate is adaptable, is changing, is ready for a change, is ready to be a learner, is ready to be a listener, is ready to be ready to share her knowledge or his knowledge. So that is the main thing. There should be no this thing. I don't want any restrictions, like I should not do this. No, if you are into this, you have to share few things, you have to share your ideas. That thing should be there. That is why we keep specialized physics teachers, specialized chemistry, specialized teacher for biology, specialized teacher for mathematics. We cannot keep anyone who is not specialized in that. We cannot give that role to anyone like this. So before that, for that you have to create your school in such a kind of a way, I believe, that where you have to be very open up and acceptable for whatever change you are going to do according to NEP 2020, which gives freedom to the students to learn, to adopt, to think out of the box, and even to be very flexible in their career today. Now, if you see, we have so many choices that, even after 12th, you are supposed to just enter CUET and choose whatever you want to. So before you go for a university, you take an admission for the university, you have to guide the child correctly and properly to choose what he wants to or she wants to after 10th. That is very, very important. But still, it has become so flexible now that, the person who has done humanities also can attempt to do CA. That means NEP 2020 has opened up widely for all. It has given a chance, it has given a privilege to all the students. It has welcomed everyone, and they can choose whatever they want to. They can study whatever they want to. You have no restrictions over here. So when we, on the school level, we train the students, first of all, we as a teacher should bring the change, and we have to hone them in such a kind of way, ask them to identify what they want to do. What is their vision, what they want to do, what they want to become, what are the skills, identify the skills. You have to identify whether you have so-called connected incentives for that, or so-called resources for that, what are your action plans for that, and any other things. You have kept any specialty for your student. You have to 100% see all those things. So, that is what we say. If we as a teacher or as a mentor enter the school just like that without a vision, there will be a lot of confusion, a lot of collapse. That is what we say. So we should never enter anything without vision of us. So vision, we have to even ask our students to have a short-term goal and to have a long-term goal, both. When she spoke about the SWOT analysis, I really liked it actually. The students right from 8th standard to 12th standard, actually, even they should undergo SWOT analysis. I was really impressed with Ashwini when she said about that. It is applicable for each and every individual, even as a mentor or as a mentee or as an educator, even as a student. The student should be able to identify his weaknesses. So, where Ashwini said about SWOT analysis, I should really actually say hats off to her that she covered my point of vision over there. Because until and unless you don't have a clear mindset, you cannot move ahead. Next, without you identifying your own skills, your own qualities, how can you enter or jump? That is what we say actually. You have to jump in the battlefield with knowing like which weapon are you specialized in first. So whatever your qualities are, that is the main thing. Otherwise, that will also create anxiety. You will be incomplete without your skills. Now, next we say incentives, that is a quality, whatever uploading work we do as a mentor, as a teacher, as an educator, that is our work to create, incentives and give them and make them feel that we are there, standing them and supporting them for each and every moment. We are there to guide them whenever they need guidance. So, after that, they can see a slow change also. And this.
Ma'am, you're mute.
resource
You're
that
mute.
will. Am I mute
Yes,
now?
yes.
Now? It's okay. Now is it audible?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, fine. Thank you. Okay, so that is what we say that, without the action plan, you cannot actually, hone or become a mentor also, or you cannot create a tomorrow's school also. You cannot enter into tomorrow's era. So first thing is very challenging to survive tomorrow. You have to make or you have to hone them for tomorrow's challenge. That is what I mean. And this is what our main important role is as an educator. So here we should not forget all those key drivers for disruption in education, whatever is there. So only if you in evolving your education model persists, you have to set your proper curriculum for whatever specialized you are going to teach. The main thing is, when you are adopting, when it comes to kindergarten, your first level is pre-KG. When the child enters to pre-KG, right from pre-KG, what should be the learning outcome? In LKG, what should be the learning outcome when the child is passing out? In UKG, what should be the learning outcome when the child is passing out? So during the first standard, the first step of, getting inside the proper curriculum, that is, the proper books, the proper reading, the proper writing as a student, which is habitual to the child also. This has to become like this right from the grade 1. So proper outcome, evolving education model, that is what we say actually for that. It should be adaptive to all the students, and it should be consistent for 10 years. It should not keep changing. If you keep changing, if you keep creating confusions, the child also get confused that I had read this and now you are asking me to change it. No, the children are very smart these days. Students are digitally smarter than ever. Yes, online classes and all, that is what actually even Ashwini said. WhatsApp, our online classes, our Google, everything has become very famous. So, they have actually found out their substitute now. They know if they have not learned in school, how can they learn far better? The answer is there with the student now. The answer is there with the parents now. The answer is there even with the educators that if I don't know this subject, how to become specialized in this. So, yes, when we talk about technology, yes, you have to accept, you have to create, you have to know the own thing, you have to do everything, you have to put the complete output of what you have designed. You have to create your own data. You have to show the efficiency and standard by maintaining it, by giving good results to the school. Yes, only this can happen with experimental learning, mixed reality, and internet, then credentializing. Then that is credentializing is very, very important. If you don't give the credit to the child, if you don't give the credit to the mentor, if you don't give the credit to the mentee also, or you don't give credit to the educator, nobody would like to move ahead in the life. So without appreciation, nothing can happen. So that is very important over here, along with hyper personalized and adaptive skills, which is the very important thing. You know, you cannot confuse a child when you are teaching something. They say you should go in a proper way, you should choose a proper path to reach the goal. So that path has to be created by us. So it's a very main thing which we have to do. Now, why? What do we need now? For all such kind of skills, we are actually, taking the help to develop their cognitive technologies now. What has technology become now? We have to see that we have to give self-spaced learning, we have to give competency based progression, because that is only going to come now, that is only going to be entered now. It is not going to be like, the question papers before and answer is there in the textbook and they are going to learn, they are going to by heart and get the marks. No, it is competency based progression. Kindly understand that you have to teach them something out of the book also, you have to ask something out of the book also. You have to certainly, kindle those part of the knowledge which is actually, sleeping somewhere in the subconscious mind of the child or of the student or anyone it is. You have to kindle that. Without that, a teacher cannot progress. So even self-spaced learning, you have to create that for your child. You have to give them time to understand. Then only they will think. Only if you allow them to think and come out, you will get better results. So how do you do that in today's world? So even that can be done very easily, only just by creating uh, your own curriculum, your own data for the particular subject. You can master in everything. The child can master in everything. The teachers can master in everything. The teacher, if she has to be best teacher, if she is an English teacher, she should know everything. That is what is the expectation in today's NEP 2020. We cannot say that, I am 1990s teacher, I am 2010 teacher. No, I know only this much, I know only that much. No, for that first we have to be a learner along with the giver. The main thing what I wanted to say today is, yeah, there are 10 ways of teaching with talking less. That is what I wanted to show you all. This is a very special thing which I wanted to show, because the rest of the things were covered by our first speaker. So let me continue this. Teaching by asking instead of telling. You have to ask them the question. Class brainstorming, round table. Round table is nothing but circle time. This is what I meant. And key points, decisions and decisions, not decisions and discussion. I'm talking about decisions and decisions. So here, once. Yeah. Snowball technique, thought experiments, cooperative learning, summarizing, transformations, all these kind of techniques has to be used for today's teachers, today's learners. Now, how do you create this? Teaching by asking. You have to create such a kind of environment, like let them say, let them begin with, instead of you beginning with. That will make the class very active. Yes, the students working in pairs, in small groups, that will also create, to question and answer. you give them a paragraph and ask them to frame the questions and ask another group to give answer for those questions readily. That will also create the learning environment. So such is the NEP 2020 asking us, such is the environment it is demanding for in today's era. The next is Snowball Technique. This is very, very rarely used somewhere. I don't know whether it is used all over there, but it is used over here. That is why I have written this. That is, ask a question that leads to what you want, the topic which the student has to learn. The students write down their thoughts without reference to others. That is their original, what is there in their mind. So written down work is shared and students combine to create larger group, which again compare their answers. That is their answers with whatever is there in the book. So the third technique, class brainstorm, that is the most oldest one, which is taught in B.Ed also. But how do we do it? Today's brainstorming demands lot of unique techniques, so that you should have a control over your class. There should be no distractions. You should come to the topic, but you should prepare that you have to approach, how you have to start, or how the child has to start. How do you expect your class to be? You have to design that. So yes, one more. I'm not able to view my own PPT. Okay, the teacher, here, the thought experiment. Let us go to that because I'm having only 20 minutes. Thought experiment, students are asked to imagine the situation and the questions are asked. That is, you have to create a situation, you have to ask them to imagine a situation, or you have to put them into that situation to get your better answer. So where, they can ask the question, but you can show them 1, 2, 3, many options. Let them opt for the best one. This is what we believe in. Round table is nothing but, again, it is the same thing. Circle time, that is small group setting, description about experience on a given topic. Yes, students can pass if they wish. That is, you cannot force. If the child doesn't know, they can say just, pass the answer, or pass, maybe the next time he will think or she will think better and give a better idea. Yes, you have to also create an environment of cooperative learning. You cannot identify that this is smart child and this is a low profile child, or you cannot say that she is a slow bloomer or a slow child. No, you cannot do that. You have to make or create an environment where you are judging. You cannot label the child.
Yeah, fine.
Is it mute now?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. The one thing here also, where it comes to cooperative learning, the learning teams do question on resource materials. Yes, students are given a handout or a similar resources. Given text are used to answer the questions. Questions are related to the key points in the text, and students should read, understand, and then reformulate. That is, he has to do or she has to change it in their way, how they want to. Next, we'll talk about the key points, which are the very important part. I don't know how many of us over here have corrected the board papers. The best way how we were asked to correct the papers were always seeing the key points. We were never asked to judge whether, the sentence formation is right, or in mathematics, sentence formation is not needed. In science, the sentence formation is not needed. The key point is covered or not, whether the child has understood, whether the child has brought out the answer properly or not, is the main thing what we judge, and we give them the marks. So that is not the thing over here. Also, you are going to do the same thing. You have to make it very clear when you are teaching that, key points should be there. So that is unfamiliar piece of text or other resource are given to different groups. Your key points you can create in such a kind of way. The text alone is read for few minutes with an eye on the next task, that is next activity. 5 key points are identified by the group. You can ask them to identify any 5 key points for that particular topic. You can ask them to later each group, to give one key point, or later each group gives one key point to you, which is relevant to what you want to bring in your learning outcome. Okay, let's talk about summarizing these days. Summarizing the topic, summarizing the lesson, no one does it. Everybody leaves it very much incomplete. Most of the times I have seen this. So that summarizing or recapitulation, that is very important, which we actually leave and avoid. No, we should not. Students should learn to summarize the keywords from the given text. Your outcome, what you were looking out as keyword, should be said by the student. That is a very main thing. Later, they are described briefly and clearly. Yes, students working in pairs must summarize the keywords in the text, expressing them briefly as clearly as possible. Headings, peer explaining, and other activities above be useful introductory activity for this summary activity. This is similar to key points above. Yes, whatever key point you have thought about will come again in the chapter or again in the picture, whatever you have thought. That is summarizing. So summary cards over here again, this is the last decision. Decision is nothing but you are on the peak of just making decision. You are not in the peak of discussion. Discussion and all is done already. So you have to teach them that now only the decision, only what is right, what is right, what is right. Just the last key points. That is very, very important. This activity will always create an atmosphere of game. At last they are clear with whatever outcome you want to bring. There are few things which I wanted to discuss today, but since we have only less time, we'll talk about the last point, transformation. Text, picture, video, anything is provided in one format. Given text is transformed to another format. For example, a health leaflet can be turned into a newspaper report. That means a small newspaper cutout also can be taken as a support for the education or support for the answer or support for whatever the learning outcome you are also looking out for. So we cannot ignore whatever the answer they have to give from the text. You have to even consider the answer which is reality based in today's world and give them the mark by justifying it. So here, when we talk about the last point, I think so that I have covered most of the points, but here I want to cover one. Hello, can anyone?
Yes. You can close the slide, ma'am.
Yeah, I want to close it. That's 1 second. Let me just come out of it. Yeah. Closed. 1 second. Just 1 second, please.
Click across stop screen sharing. It is there over there. Yeah. So it was actually, it was very nice. And I mean, I don't have words to express because you have actually kept the strategies that need to be implemented. And I like the word of the snowball technique that you have used it, because we should come up with our own innovative ways of teaching and use coding words, what is there to be in it. And you have actually incorporated those kind of techniques. And I like the word battlefield, because using that word battlefield, like we all are here in the NEP policy session, and it is like we all soldiers in the battlefield of के सेशन अच्छा जाना चाहिए. Ravi sir is going to give us the Paramveer Chakra. the president is sitting on the top and is going to award us. Okay, the sessions have to be wonderful, no blockages, nothing. So we all have jumped into the battlefield and creating our own ways of techniques and all these things. कि हमें ऊपर परब भी चक्र मिलना चाहिए अभी. The रथ जो चला रहे हैं वो रवि सर है. So it's like, this is what is actually education. We all come out with our own innovative strategies, own research-based experiments. So thank you so much for incorporating such valuable inputs. And I hope this must be the most authentic session so far. We should not find any blockage.
Sonal, I should say you actually thank you. One thing is, thanks a lot when you say that speaker number 1, 2, 3, 4 in advance, no? We already know that, the speaker 1 covers the most of the point related to the mentor. So, I took out that topic because I knew that Ashwini will complete it. So I was so thankful to you, okay, fine. If I am the speaker number 2, whatever is left, I have to do that. So that the speaker number 3 can carry on, or continue with the rest of the...
Many speakers pressurize me, ma'am, let us please connect to each other. I said, no one is going to connect to anyone. You have to make your own authentic ones. क्योंकि एक दूसरे से कनेक्ट करोगे तो एक दूसरे का अच्छा तुम ये बोलना that is not going to be very informative. So let us all create. That is why I told the topic is the main. उसके सब topics हमने अपने आप बनाने हैं. There is going to be multi-dimensional learning. But if I connect you all with each other, तो the NLP series का जो मॉडल हमने बनाया है वो सारा एक सेकंड में clash of cards will break like an earthquake. So I don't want it to break.
Really, hats off to you, Sonal.
Let us all create that model. The pyramid जो होता है वो नीचे से base foundation strong होता है, and then it goes up very solid and standing tall. So this is the strength of the pyramid that we are building up now. Thank you so much, and you can take the privilege to introduce the next speaker, ma'am.
Herdina Devi Nurfika. Our next speaker. I am very glad, that I am introducing Indonesian. Indonesia, my favorite country, and my 2 friends are residing right now over there. So I'm very happy, that I'm introducing someone from Indonesia, especially. Yes, her designation is she's an entrepreneur, and she's CEO and founder of Best Education Center, certified NLP practitioner and life coach by American Union of NLP, mental health advocate, certified meditation teacher, certified energy and boundaries practitioner. She has so much actually in her. So all this introduction is actually less for her. So next goes to Herdina Devi Nurfika. You can carry on the stage.
Okay, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, thanks a lot for the lovely introduction for the Sonal ma'am. And hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone who are watching us right now. My name is Herdina Devi from Indonesia. First of all, I'd love to express my gratitude to RDYM, Ravi sir, our angel Miss Denal and her mom, and our amazing Sonal mom, and the entire RDYM team for organizing this event and give us a platform to share knowledge globally, and also much appreciated to all eminent speakers of today. So the previous speakers already explained well, and I think it's like covered so much valuable things before. And yeah, this topic is very close to my heart as well, because I'm CEO and founder of Bliss Education Center, which provides language courses and training programs. And beside that, like the Sonal ma'am already explained, that I'm a certified NLP practitioner and life coach. So teacher education and mentoring is a field that has been growing in recent years. With a new wave of STEM classes, teachers are finding themselves needing to learn how to teach the subjects in depth and also how to incorporate them into their current curriculum. And in order to do so, they are turning to mentors to guide them through this process. And mentors have a variety of experience in this area, from having taught STEM for many years to just developing curriculum for it. So you cannot decide only one term of the mentorship programs or where you're going to learn something from the mentors, because mentors also can be found in all different levels of education, from having only ever taught at the high school level to having extensive experience with training teachers in higher education as well. So teacher education and mentoring is a very important topic because it allows teachers to gain valuable knowledge from someone who has already gone through the process of teaching in their specific field. And it gives teachers an opportunity to have someone on hand who can answer any questions about what they may not understand about the topic, helping them become more confident in their work and feel less stressed. Because especially for those teachers who just come for the first year in the teaching field, they might feel so much overwhelmed about how the students react to their teaching process and also how about the situation with the other teachers' colleagues. So it can be overwhelming sometimes, and sometimes it's very stress for some specific person, especially if the teacher's kind of introvert person. So this mentoring program, it's really helpful for all kind of the teachers, and having a mentor makes it easier for teachers to expand their know exciting since new technology is constantly being developed and changing the way our world operates and learn. Even if you may have experience like 10 years or 20 years, it still means that you need kind of mentoring program because we learn something new and it's really continuing, and we have to develop the new curriculum, the new technology, the skills that the children need nowadays. We can't stop learning just because we have tons of experience, just because we have so much already, just because we have something that other people don't have. Because like I have mentioned before, mentoring can be found in all different kinds of levels. So actually, even if you are a teacher that already have so much privilege and also so many years of experience, you still need to learn something. That's why mentoring program is really important for all educators. And teacher education and mentoring programs are designed to help new teachers as well make the most of their first years in the classroom. But it's important to remember that there's more to them than just about resources or curricula. Their success depends on the relationship that are built within them. And those relationships rely on a sense of trust. When teachers hand over their trust to mentoring programs, they open themselves up to being let down. And the worst feeling you can have when you are a new teacher is that you are completely alone. And you need someone who can be there for you when it feels impossible. And if you get into teaching because you really want to make a difference, then the last thing you will want is your mentoring program telling you not to go out of your way for the students who really need extra support because they might look bad in data. And actually, this happened in a program I worked with once, and it ended up killing the program entirely. The mentors were cautioning the protest against doing anything outside of the box because they didn't want anyone get punished by the administrators for taking too many risks and wasting too much time. So instead of encouraging their students to go above and beyond their work duties, most teachers just stopped doing. This is really happened in so many areas, in so many countries, in so many levels, not only for the elementary school, the secondary school, or even in the university stuff, because some teachers are too scared to try new things, to develop new ideas, to implement what actually the students nowadays need. Because every school has their own kind of responsibility and also the rules that the teachers also need to follow, the students also need to follow. So it's really difficult sometimes if we are not really open about the new foundation or about the new situation in order to develop the students' potential. And being a teacher, it's a big job, but that doesn't mean it cannot be fun. Because as a teacher, you'll find yourself working with new students and new classes every year, which means that you will need to adapt your teaching style to fit the needs of each group of students. And many teachers will go above and beyond by holding extracurricular activities for their students, such as tutoring after school or setting up study groups for certain classes. The work that you put into your students will not only help them in the classroom, because it also will help them succeed in their life. So with the mentoring program, why it's really important? Because we can also explore new things. Like we can also talk about the various things you do outside of the classroom, and with the mentoring program as well, you can working with other teachers to form study groups or maybe after school clubs, and also you can gain more knowledge about the tutoring. And honestly, if you ask a bunch of high school students what they want most from their teachers, the answer is not always going to be a greater academic focus, a number one student, or maybe the best students of the years, or so on. In fact, most of the time, it will not be like that. When we ask the students what they want from their teacher, we might get response like, I want my teacher to explain the class materials in a way that I can understand. I want my teachers to remember that I'm a person and not just another name on her roster. And I want my teacher to give me feedback that lets me know whether I'm on track or not. Remember, when the teachers, even after the years of education in the college, not all teachers are able to give an honest feedback to the students. Not all of the teacher remember a personal thing about the students. That's why it's really important with already explained before from the previous speakers. It's really great to do mentoring program and also coaching stuff like the previous speakers already explained, because with all the stuff that we are going to follow in the mentoring program, we can give the students an honest and also a constructive feedback for them. We can also remember them in a more human being than just a simple put label on their head as a student. And one of the most important aspects of students' education is having a teacher that he or she can connect with. Well, there are teachers who are able to do this on their own. There are some who might find it's really difficult to relate to the students in their class. And this is where a mentor comes in a person who can guide the teacher and help them to learn how to be an effective educators. Because like I have said before, not all the teachers are kind of extrovert. Many teachers are also introvert, and mentoring program is going to really absolutely help them, because they can make more in tune with the students and understanding them much better. So the idea of mentorship programs for teacher is not new, but it has been gaining more traction in recent years, as more educators have been recognizing the importance of this program, and as more businesses have been recognizing the opportunity for cost savings in hiring mentors. Studies have found that mentor teachers are more effective than those without mentors, because it can also giving students higher grade and test scores, because these teachers also improve their job satisfaction and continue teaching longer. So with these benefits in mind, businesses can see why mentorship programs could potentially save them money, since they will be able to hire fewer teachers and still get the better results from them. So mentorship program is good whether for the teachers or for the owner or any kind of the business field, because employers will be benefit from paying for mentors for their employees in other ways as well. And by helping employees grow into strong leaders, by improving employee retention, by forging stronger relationship between employers and employee, like mentorship program could also be beneficial for helping employers identify potential. When it happens, who gets more benefit? Of course, the owner or the principal or the school itself. We are going to get a really valuable insight from the students, from the parents, and also from those people that are going to see resolved by the mentoring program, because it's slightly so much difference if we can see those teachers who got mentor and those teachers who are not getting any chance for mentorship program. And that's why we really need to create an after school program that pairs student mentors with teacher who need additional help in order to do their jobs better. The mentors will fill out surveys, for example, with their teachers and then meet with them over coffee lunch or maybe lunch to learn more about what makes each conversation more productive. Because we are going to provide a space for both parties to be able to talk about how the mentorship is going, and then the mentors will get a chance to practice the leadership skills as well, and the teachers will get the chance to discuss issue with the people who can relate firsthand and who are interested in them in succeeding. So with a program like this, we're going to be helping the teachers become a better at their jobs. And with the mentoring, teachers can also learn more interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills are traits that you can use to successfully interact with and communicate with others, which is very important for teachers, especially with the millennial students. Because one of part of the interpersonal skills, for example, with the empathy and flexibility. Okay, we got the curricula, we got so many rules from the schools, but if the teachers don't have the flexibility, like I have mentioned before, then the teachers can implement new things. The teachers can be stuck for doing because they are too afraid. Maybe they are going to get punished for the administrator for doing too much, taking too much time or taking so much risk for trying or for developing new ideas that school never tried before. So it's really important for the teacher itself learning interpersonal skills. So they can also develop the empathy. They can also try to understand the students, because we all know that we have the variety of the personalities of the students. Some students maybe don't need so much explanation, but they are kind of the students that really need our extra attention, and we have to be able to adapt it. And with the good interpersonal skills, it's going to make the class smoother, and we are going to get the best result as well. Because when you are able to communicate with the students well, after you have the mentorship program, for example, you can interact much better with the students. You can have a really better active listening skills. So practically, you can listen what actually the students want. We still have our own rules. We still hold our maybe classroom rules, but we can be flexible as well, because today's world in education is so much different when we were young, like maybe 10 years ago. Like if I see the student high school nowadays, it's totally different with when I was in high school. So the teachers have to develop new things. We cannot get stuck on our mind, and we have to be a person who has the growth mindset. And all of the teachers have to implement a growth mindset in order to get the best result for each students. And with the growth mindset, we can always want to learn something new. We are going to be more enthusiastic to learn something new from others, like from mentors, because it's really going to give us so much resources. And for sure, it's going to make us get a better career in the future. And as a teachers, we hope to inspire our students to think about the problems in new ways, and how could we give a new practical critical thinking for the new solution if we don't try to implement it. And with the mentorship program, like the previous speakers already explained, we can gain more, and we can develop critical thinking for the students as well, which really beneficial not only in certain subjects but with all the subjects. And we cannot do such things like this in the isolation, because we are living in digital age where the students actually can simple googling anything. right? When you give the answer, for example, they might copy paste and search on Google what's actually the answer. And okay, if the teachers don't have a good interpersonal skill, they might didn't check your homework or your tasks. Maybe they just simple give a grade and just leave it alone, don't have so much discussion. But with mentorship program, we can have a group students, and we can have a situation where the student become more open to the teachers, and with the openness and with the flexibilities from the teachers, we can get to know what actually may be the best approach or the best methods that we can implement in that class. Because, for example, the A class might have different characteristic with the B class. And for the teachers, it's not easy, but we also have to be able to evaluate, to observe it. And when we are having a mentorship program, we can go in depth in more details about it, because in mentorship program you're going to learn about the interpersonal skills as well. So it's really important to take a change to get someone outside there, not only in a certain areas, because actually mentors can be from anywhere and also in any kind of level subject. But for sure we have to set our mindset in the right place first, because we have to do something like mentorship program with a commitment. You have to know your first why you need it. Like, okay, I want to do mentorship program because I need a certification. Some people might think in that way. And if they only think in that way, then the result is going to be absolutely different with the teachers that have their reason why to develop themselves, to have better self-development, to be more serve better to the students as well. Because when we do something comes from our heart, then it's going to give a better result than when we only hope something back in the result. So first, my advice for all educators, even if you are going to do an extra mentorship program in the school or outside of the schools, you have to figure out, you have to observe first your first why you want that. And you also have to maintain like kind of the curriculum or what actually the process of it. And one thing for sure, even if you fall into the mentorship program that actually you might feel, okay, I'm actually not belong here, for example, you have to be able to see any positivity in the negative situation. Even if you think like, okay, I made a bad decision for deciding this mentorship program, even in that way, you're still going to gain some sources, new information that you can use and you can implement in your career. So first, to avoid a burnout letter in the mentorship program, some people take it like until 3 months, for example, if they really want to master it. Then you have to really find out and figure out your first why as well. So to conclude my speech for today, I only want to say that it's really important for sure mentoring program for all educators, because yeah, for all teachers to continue learning from one another by sharing our experience and knowledge is such a long life journey, right? It can help us grow together and become better teachers, mentors, and colleagues as well. And ultimately, they can only improve the education of our students, of our nation, of our generation as well. So do it from all of your heart, not because, okay, I'm going to the mentorship because the principal asked me to do that. Don't do that, because like, okay, let's say at that second you might think, okay, I'm getting forced by the school organizers for getting it, but just relax, calm, and just trying to put yourself on the vision that you are going to get a better result, a better career journey if you take decision to have a mentorship program. Even if the schools is not going to provide you with that, you can also search it online, because yeah, in this digital age, we can find everything easier, much more than before. So the resources we can find on everywhere, and we should be wise and also should be more aware to upgrade ourselves for our self-development. I think just it for my presentation today, because I didn't make any PPT for today. I hope all of you can take something from me, and thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm giving back to the Saralma.
Awesome, ma'am. Awesome. And never regret that you did not make the PPT. We don't need the PPT. We need you. You yourself are the PPT. You yourself have the experience. You yourself can help others come out of the ocean without drowning. So it is like you have given such in-depth information with your experiences, with the bottom of your heart you have shared. And not to forget that we all are co-learners. It's not that we all are perfect. We all are co-learners in this journey. We have to help each other, learn from each other. And most of the educators, they shy away from, nahi, hame nahi seekhna hai. We don't want to learn. If they feel that their ego will be hurt if they learn something at the age of 40 or at the age of 50 or at the age of 60, life is a learning journey. Every moment is a learning journey. Even now at this session, I am learning from you all too. You all are learning from me too. So it's still insufficient. We all are hungry for learning. Each and every one have their honeycomb still empty, like Rachna ma'am has said. I think Rachna ma'am is here. Rachna ma'am, are you here? I hope she is here. So you have actually filled the honeycombs with a wonderful sucking of the honey, the flowers, and I mean, hats off to you. Don't worry, you didn't make the PPT. You can make the PPT. You can come up with your own presentations, your own experiences. And thank you for this cross-global connection across 7 seas, that we are connected towards each other to learn from each other what policies and what technicalities we need to adopt and implement in the education also. So thank you so much, ma'am. I would like you to introduce Iman, ma'am, if you have this profile. I have sent you the profile, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yes. Okay, we're going to the fourth speakers, our amazing Dr. Iman Abdul Samia Ali Hussein Alam. She is the lecturer at Botany and Microbiology Department, Faculty of Science in Al-Azhar University, Cairo, Egypt. Dr. Alam, we all know she's really amazing, right? And she is a dedicated lecturer and highly skilled researcher and a trainer of trainers, and train various science-related subjects at undergraduate, postgraduate, doctoral, and postdoctoral level, with a special interest in phytochemistry, plant physiology, especially green and pharmaceutical biotechnology. She has got MSc and PhD thesis in plant physiology, production and improvement of secondary metabolites from wild medicinal plants using tissue culture techniques and biological evolutions. Wow, she's really amazing persons, and we all know, I'm sure, like she almost all the time here with all of us in an AP. So I'm really great to be able to introduce Dr. Iman, and I think now I'm giving the stage for you, ma'am.
Hello, my dear sister. Thanks for introducing me. I'm very happy to be with all of you today. I'm very grateful and thankful to you, because already you delivered the smart lecture. All the speakers of today are amazing. For this reason, I think I need to skip. No need for me. Especially by coming after a beauty woman like you. So I think no need for me. Really, you delivered a smart lecture. I learned a lot from all of you. I need to repeat only 2 words I learned from all of you today. Learner is a giver. I agree totally. And being a teacher is a picture. So appreciation to all of you. I gained a lot from your knowledge. And let's go to my lecture, please. Ashwini, ma'am, can you share from your side? Yes.
Ashwini, ma'am, can you share the screen for her, ma'am? Thank you.
Welcome. Okay. Tell the BBT.
You can just speak them, yeah.
Yes, please. I'll deliver my lecture about monitoring. Today, we need to highlight the issue of monitoring. I think it's more than enough to highlight this issue. I have one phrase I need to talk about it and to refer to the speaker, Peter Ickel. He said, accessing change and transformation in higher education an essential task for leaders. So educational organizations are places of leadership to get leaders of today and leaders of tomorrow. Are you ready, Ashwini, ma'am? Okay, let's continue. Educators are messengers. So we have responsibilities to educate and also to motivate by love, because without the love, no learning and no education, and without learning and education, I think also love will be not here. We need to focus on active learning, inquiry-based teaching, IPT, and learning of botanical sciences. Please, mom, when my slideshow will be ready, please inform me, okay? Because I am opening my own, so I can't see the screen. Okay. So for this reason, UNESCO prepared many workshops related to educational programs like inquiry-based science education workshops. It was held in Malaysia. We need to focus on active learning. Inquiry-based education of science is a type of active learning. Sister, are you ready? Can you share my screen? Can you hear us, Ashwini, ma'am?
Actually, I'm trying, ma'am, but
She's
it's
trying, she's unable to do
Hmm.
so. Can you share it with Rachna ma'am or Dinah ma'am? They might be able to show it. Can you share it with them?
Now I am not opening WhatsApp. Can you share it, Sunil, ma'am, from your side? To her, to Diana, ma'am?
You can share it with me also.
Yes. If Ashwini, ma'am, can't do, Diana, ma'am, please, can you do? Because many photos and many things need to be highlighted. But just I am doing introduction, so I don't like to lose my the time in introducing the point. So we need to focus on improvement of research skills of our students and youth researchers. During the lecture, what is monitoring? During the lecture, we need to have period excellent preparation. We need to have our materials. We need to be ready. We need to explain our lessons to our students carefully. And we need to appreciate all modes of learning, listening, visual mode, and so on. We need to repeat anything. If they asked us to repeat, we must repeat. We are not allowed to refuse, because there are different levels of understanding. So not all students are at the same IQ. We need to ask them to interact. We need to engage them. We need to listen to them carefully. We need to encourage them and motivate them to discuss. During a discussion, don't say you are wrong, but say you are right. But as my dear sister said before me, don't judge. We need to encourage participation. We need to improve their feelings of responsibility. We need to give our advice. We need to speak in wisdom. We need to monitor them. We need to reward the best one, to encourage all to be the best. This is the leadership.
Iman ma'am, sorry to disturb. Which one? Is this the one you wanted to share?
No, the file called the Iman ALM. It's PowerPoint, not the material. This is the supporting material. Thank you, my dear sister.
Just if you can share with me the presentation.
Can I put it here? Because I closed the WhatsApp. I don't like to interrupt the online meeting.
Ashwini ma'am, you can share it with the respective person. She might be able to show it.
Yes, I am putting it in the chat.
Ma'am, I have sent to you.
Yeah, Sonal ma'am, you can share it with me.
I'll just check. I'll just check because it will take some time. With whom?
Okay. Can I continue?
Yeah, please continue.
Okay. So as I said before, we need to do prior excellent preparation. We need to be ready. We need to explain the lessons carefully to them. We need to appreciate all their modes of learning. We have listening, visual, and many modes of learning. We need to repeat anything if they need us to, if they will ask us, please repeat. I must repeat. We need to ask them to interact. We need to engage them in interaction. Not all of them are in interactive people. Some of them may have some fearing, and they can't encourage themselves to be engaged. We need to encourage them to be engaged. We need to listen to them carefully and encourage and motivate them to discuss. Please don't say you are wrong. Don't say this is false, this is fake. But we need to say you are right, but this is the wisdom. We need to encourage participation to improve their feelings of responsibility. We need to give them our advices based on our experience. We need to make them to feel that experience can make a difference. We need to be the excellent mentor for them. We need to reward the best, to encourage them to be the best. This is the leadership. I hope if the screen share is ready, because I have some attractive photos from my lectures. For example, during the lecture, I am using a sample in explaining. However, we are in a practical college. We are in Faculty of Science, so it's already done during the practical sections and so on. But I am using samples during the lecture also. Not only the practical part, but I'm using the sample and using my hand to draw. So I am coming at morning with my samples. I'm trying to divide them to learn them. What is the responsibility? I need to educate them. What is the responsibility? We need to be in love with plants. So I am trying to do anything in front of them to know what is the meanings of responsibility. We need to send to them long life sharing learning messages, such as love your responsibility in education. I hope
Excuse me, Dr. Iman, is it this presentation?
Yes, I'm coming. Yes, my dear sister, start from 15, please. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Start from 15.
Yes, because already I
one?
said, yes, sorry, 13, sorry.
Great.
But please, full screen, my dear sister.
Yes, it's full screen, right?
No, please use the cup or F5 to be full screen. I'm so sorry.
I think it's already full screen in here. I mean,
No, my sister. No, no,
is this not a full screen?
no. Please press F5, F5,
You
because
got
it will affect the presentation. Not because of me, but because we are online.
Yes, I mean, on my laptop, it's already full screen.
Okay, okay. You can press F5, F5.
Yes,
Okay.
already.
Yes, okay, okay. Don't worry, my dear sister. As you can see here, students as a leader, she is acting as a lecturer instead of me under my supervision. These students at the first level, they are not seniors. Sorry, they are not seniors. Yes, they are at the first level. They are working now as like as they are working now as like as a teacher. Next, please, my dear sister. But previously, you can open the samples. 13, please, my dear sister. 13 and 14.
13.
Yes.
This one.
For example, as you can see here, I'm putting samples in front of them. I'm trying to divide my samples and I'm engaging them in identifying samples before saying anything. So they are engaged at the first moment. Next, my dear sister, I need to learn them how to be responsible people. Next, my dear sister. Hello?
Yes, is this?
Yes, yes. Please check my.
Is
Change my.
this is the slide?
No, next.
Next.
Yes. You can go directly to 16, please. So I'm trying to engage them to learn what is the meaning of responsibility, what is the meaning of loving your career, what is the meaning of loving your message, because it's not only job or only work, it's a message. So they need to be engaged. Next, my dear sister, 16, please. Sorry for interrupting you.
This
16.
one?
I think you didn't change. No, no, no.
Sorry,
It's
which
31,
slide?
but I need 16. 16.
You can
16.
go according to the numerical value. You can go along with the numerical value of the screen.
Medical value. Wait.
Okay.
So,
Because I am using photos and I am commenting on photos.
Okay.
this one.
Already done. I talked about long life learning messages. Here
This
they are helping me in identifying samples. Next, you will see students as like as a lecturer and all other students. Next, my dear sister, all other students are interacting with her. You can use up and down, so you can use next.
one. Is this one?
No change, my dear sister. Nothing is changed.
Is this one?
Okay, let's wait. Maybe it's heavy. Next.
This is number 14. Shall we go to 15? 1 and 5, 15?
It's already end of the slide. Sorry. It's already end of the slide.
You need to stop on it. You need to stop on what you want. You are moving without stopping on anyone.
Oh, okay. Wait.
Okay.
Shall I try? Do you want me to try?
Yes.
Adina, ma'am?
Oh, yes, ma'am. You can try because I think.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Here they are helping me in identifying samples and differentiating different types of inflorescences and different types of flowers and so on. Next, my dear sister. It's very clear. Thank you. Here, students are interacting with each other. As you can see, they are enjoying interaction. This is what is required. Enjoyment. Next, my dear sister. Here, I'm talking about brainstorming. These drawings is something like a summary of what I said inside the previous lecture. We are doing a revision before starting. So I engaged one of them to act as a doctor, act as a lecturer, and already she did it in a clever manner, as you can see. Another way of interaction, as I said before, is brainstorming. She already did these drawings and this summary, and all other students are participating with her and in correction or evaluating what is done. Next, my dear sister. Here we are talking about successive awarding. As in phytochemistry, we have successive extraction. Here we have successive awarding. You can see inside awards, you can see some samples. You can see a book. You can see some pen and pencil, some candies, money brochure related to a workshop. I'm inviting them to attend some free workshops and so on. So there is classification in awarding because if we are making them in award, they will feeling that it's very simple, so they will not do any care or will not give us any attention. So I need to say everything must be done successively. So the first one, the second one, classification of them. Next, my dear sister. Also, I put inside the awards, I put some samples because I need to inform them that science itself is a gift. Knowledge itself is a gift. So when you have your samples, it's already a gift. So you need to love the material. You need to love the plant. Here they are celebrating, taking photos after gaining some very small awards. I'm not talking about giving them a car or flat. I am talking about simple accessories, book, pen, but it will make a difference. It will change their day. They are snapping a photo. They are very happy by this photo, asking me, please, doctor, we need to take a photo. Because this is the interaction. And already they have got excellent. Next, my dear sister. Yes, they are celebrating very, very small awards. Next. Next. Because they are engaged, they are acting as an educator, not as a student. So they are celebrating happiness by gaining some awards. It's not because of the award itself, but because of being a successful person. Because of the success, they are celebrating their success. Also, we need to focus on some scientific awards, such as, next, my dear sister, such as inviting them for free to paid scientific programs. You can pay instead of them and invite them. Please, you can attend this scientific program because you are clever. I invited you to be in. So you will motivate them. All these 3 students and more students are at the first level, and I was invited them to attend to a workshop about nanotechnology and how to prepare nanoparticles. They are very happy by attending. They are celebrating gaining these certificates. It means a lot in the life of a student. Next, my dear sister. Here we are celebrating leaders. These students are looking as servant leaders. I learned them what is the meaning of servant leaderships, how to work for others without gaining anything, just to be happy. You will be satisfied after serving others and after supporting others. These students are organizers with me in any events to support other students. Next, my dear sister. Also, we have servant leaders, but online, not only offline, but during online programs. We have technical supporters. We need to encourage them. We need to give them and issue some certificates to them to be happy, to appreciate them, to respect them. What about education during the pandemic? I have many successful case studies. Next, my dear sister. Here you can see students also at the first level, but 2 years ago, talking about reproduction of medicinal plants and tissue culture. I'm trying to improve their presentation skills. Another students talking about scientific writing, publication of papers. Next, my dear sister. Also time management. Many topics. I engage them in many topics. Some of them are talked about presentation skills and many topics. More than 100 students are engaged in this program at the summer holidays. I need to say improvement of research skills of students. This photo is physically in a physical workshop. After the end of COVID, we continued. This workshop is about improvement of research skills of students, and I learned them science and diplomacy and role and ethics of participation in an international scientific meeting. They are enjoying learning. Here, I asked them to work as chairperson, as speakers, and I awarded them because they are very clever. Engagement of students means a lot in their lives. They will be happy. Behind the last one, you can see the board. The board containing their interaction. These words are written by them because already they are highly interactive. They are highly motivated, and they are working here as chairperson, and some of them are organizers, speakers, and so on. Yes, next. I'm trying to inform them what is good and what is bad brackets, and how to be best organizer, how to be best speaker, how to give the certificate, handling of certificates. You must do it in very polite manner. You must appreciate, you must listen, you must appreciate and respect other efforts, and so on. How to work in a teamwork. This is the monitoring. Here, this student is not, sorry, my dear sister, not this previous one. Yes, this student is not in our faculty, but she is a guest. She heard about my scientific programs, and she asked her sister to be with us. I am very happy by her presence because she is still young. She is in the school, but she is very active participant. So I awarded her by one of my books. She is very happy, and she is still in touch with me because she is in love to be learned a lot related to science and diplomacy, improvement of research skills, scientific writing, and so on. Next, my dear sister. Here, I wanted to say a message. Education by love equal engaging students, responsibility, improvement, high performance, and it will be give us better future. Next. Also with kids, we can do. This kid is at, this child is at his, I think, he is about 4 or 5 years. But he delivered the lecture related to ethics of participation in scientific conferences and ethics of scientific research. He is very clever. So all people are happy by his presence as a speaker. Next, my dear sister. Finally, thank you very much. My message is, please listen to your students. Please try to make them leaders. Please advise them in full wisdom. Don't interrupt them. Don't make them having a fear, because we have a very bad experience with making students feeling fear. For example, some of them during oral exams forgetting anything. However, they are clever enough. However, they have many scientific information, and their talk will be highly informative. But maybe they will forget small things because they are not feeling peace. They are feeling the fear. So make your students love you and appreciate you and respect you. If they will love you, they will appreciate and they will respect your presence as like as your absence. So try to distribute love, because there is no love without education, and there is no education and learning also without love. Appreciation to all of you. Thanks a lot. I am very happy to be with you today at NAV program. I am thankful and grateful to IDYM platform. Ravi sir, really, you did a great work. Ms. Donel, your mother, all teamwork, Dr. Sunil, Dr. Pooja, and all respected speakers. I need to say hi.
Hello,
We have a new guest. Yes, we have a new guest. So we need to greet him or her. Thanks a lot. I'm very grateful and thankful to all previous speakers. I appreciate all of you. Really, you delivered your experience in a very honest manner. Appreciation to all of you. Thanks
amazing,
a lot.
ma'am. Amazing. It was really
And
an insightful
namaste.
building. And I will not like to forget that we have a wonderful, very young learner over here. We have a very young learner. I think she is Sonal Jain ma'am's daughter. She's been attending with her the
Yes,
sessions
for
and all.
this reason,
She's
I am
there.
greeting
She's
him for
a young
the
learner,
most
and she's
naughtiest one.
going to
She's
become
here.
the future leader of our sessions, the young NEP series. So
Hello.
privileged to have you. And कहते हैं कि कल नवरात्रि शुरू हो रहे हैं, तो माता के पहले ही दर्शन हो गए. So it's like
We are very happy by her presence.
so wonderful. And I would like to invite Rachna ma'am. Rachna Chakrabarti ma'am, are you there?
I'm always there.
Rachna Chakrabarti ma'am?
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah. So I would like you to give a review for all the 4 speakers. Let us hear from the Queen Bee herself.
No, nothing like that. But yes, I really enjoyed a thorough. It was a privilege for me to be a part here, listening, because that is the first skill which we all need to develop: listening and then speaking. So sometimes it is always good, Sonal ma'am, to sit and listen, because we have eminent speakers who have started from Ashwini ma'am, I had heard Ashwini ma'am. She was really amazing. Especially, I loved the four monkeys of her. Instead of the three monkeys, it became the fourth monkey, which we all are maybe to some extent all the time surfing, searching, doing that. The fourth monkey is necessary as well as it has to be used at certain intervals.
It also teaches us to be practice mindfulness and practice the pause,
Yes.
because
Yes.
we have to divert our minds away from all the three, and the fourth one is the most dangerous one, I will say.
That is true. That is true. Then, of course, Sonal Jain ma'am had given us a vast review about the main perspectives of teacher mentoring, which is very important. We should not stop our learning process. We cannot say, I'm from this period, so my learning is over. Now I'm not ready to learning. What I have learned, I cannot unlearn. So that is the process, learning, unlearning, relearning. So that is where we all, as mentors, and the mentor and the mentee relationship was awesomely explained. So it was really nice. And then, of course, Hardina ma'am, when she was speaking, it was amazing to listen from her perspective also that a mentor's goals and aims should be always focused. And Iman ma'am with her examples, live examples and demonstrations of a classroom experience. It was amazing to be as if we were into that world of hers and as if I was also standing amidst a classroom and experiencing that is what a mentor really needs to do. Giving small praises here and there and becoming a role model for your children is always very pleasant. We cannot all the time take out their faults. We need to highlight the age has now changed, Sonal ma'am. We now cannot take out their fault and bring it to the better half. We need to highlight their good things and then try to tell them that these are the good things which you have. Instead
That
of
is what
highlighting the bad things.
that is what I'm trying to help each one of to come out of their cocoon, unleash their talent. There is power inside you to learn and unlearn both. So let us not judge each other. Let us help each other in the collaborative learning journey, because we are going to create a next generation of learners. So we have to practice the pause before.
True, very true, very true. So there was a lot of learning and a lot of nuggets which we got in today's session because our eminent speakers have given us a lot of takeaways from about teacher mentoring that is very, very important nowadays because as educators, in spite of experience, we should always be open to learning and learning is a process. As Swami Vivekanand said, we are just a grain of sand in the vast ocean of knowledge. In spite of that, so we should continue our process of learning. So it was amazing, Sonal ma'am, and thanks for allowing me to speak because they are already so eminent. So to speak about them is really this thing that I got a privilege to speak about them.
I would like to apologize because we had selected 6 speakers, but due to the time constraint, we have to select more speakers. You being the first one, deep apologies from my side to not enable you, so that I mean there are many more topics to be learned and unlearned. So
Very
let us be together in this journey. So I would like to call Betkar sir as an active participant. 2 points of takeaway, sir, from your side. Betkar sir, are you there?
So I was here only.
Yeah, Betkar sir.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, sister, he is with us.
Yeah.
Please inform me what I have to discuss.
Sir, about today's topic, about all our eminent speakers, what did they say? So we want your takeaways also and a little
Yes.
add-on on it.
Yes, yes. Thank you for inviting me. This is prestigious dais. Daily, I am here habitual to learn from all the eminent speakers. Every day, different topic. It's like feast of in education, various topics. Today's topic is also related to our teacher and mentor, all these things. Nowadays, our higher education university have implemented this fact of mentor education. We divide all the students in teachers equally, and we have to take care of them throughout year, make a record of it, and those who are having some difficulties, teachers try to solve it. It's very nice concept because when students arrive in the school or colleges, they are under our control, and because of this mentorship, we take care of them. If they are facing any difficulty, maybe girl child or student, all these things. So if they are having any problems with them, we keep a touch with them, and keep also a suggestion box there also, so that they give their suggestion in the suggestion box, and teachers, those who are allowed to take care of that, they will take care about the problems what they are trying. So this is very best concept, because with our teaching, daily teaching also, we have to take care of the students as a mentor, and if the teachers are trained in that, that will be more effective for that. Few days ago, we have organized a webinar on earthquake. One madam have talked on that, and she said that when we visit to schools, there are some things which can be avoided in case of the earthquake problems. So all these experiences of the teachers, we collect it, and this topic is very useful to us. We are as the teachers, we take care of as a mentor of the students, and for that only, it gives a good relation, and parents also be a safe side, because teachers are taking care of the students. Thank you, madam. A new information I have got from you, all of you. Thank you to all the resource persons.
Thank you, sir, for the garnishing of all the session, the adding of the topics on the pizza, because that is what creates the skill sets. Without the skill set, the pizza is empty. We all need topics of our choice. So before I end the session, let me conclude with one just small line. That is, I would like to say that we are like small rivers, and we are searching to find our connection with the ocean. Sometimes we divert our minds, sometimes we go unscattered, sometimes we want to go back. But if we go back, there is a long way ahead. So, in order to merge with the ocean, let us not keep our fears. We have to merge with the ocean to become an ocean ourselves. So, we should create our own tributaries. Let us connect with the tributaries, merge with the ocean, create ocean of learning, and become a large ocean itself. That is what my takeaway from this whole session is. And before I conclude from this, I would like each one of you to just say one message to all the educators, one line message to all the educators. I will start with Ashwini ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, sure. Freedom to learn, freedom to grow.
Wonderful. Sonal ma'am.
Hello. Yeah.
One message to the educators.
Yeah, to everyone, that let's change for the better tomorrow.
Wonderful. Rachana ma'am.
Yes. So we should not run after success. Success should run behind you.
Exactly. Then we have Dinah ma'am. One line, take away message, short and sweet.
Be open and flexible for the future generations.
Wonderful. Iman ma'am.
Be mother or father to them and wait for their graduation. It will be your moment.
Wonderful. So before I end the session, 2 minutes takeaway from all of you. Let us all ourselves learn, unlearn, and be non-judgmental, support each other in each and everyone's learning journey. Let's create a wonderful, collaborative, healthy learning ecosystem. So I take this privilege to end the session, and thank you everyone for your amazing time, patience, passion, and whatever you can call a large ocean ourselves. Rachna ma'am, thank you for your valuable presence also. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, all of you.
Good night.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hats off to everyone. Give a thumbs up. Nice
Thank
thumbs up.
you.
Thank you all. Good night. Good night. Thank you.
Thank you, Ravi sir. Thank you so much, everyone, the team behind this wonderful ocean. Thank you so much.
Appreciation. Thank you.